Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
And go set. 30 base.
Here's the former number 2 pick, the Pro Bowler Saquon Barkley. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard, and that'll make it 3rd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
Let's go, D. Go to 54. Go to 54.
They run with Ezekiel Elliott, last year's NFL rushing leader. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20, 10. Touchdown, Cowboys! Ezekiel Elliott, 95 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
And the Giants ready to come out now. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding where to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally taken down at the 34. A tremendous play there from Saquon Barkley. 41 yards.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive they went 3 and out.
And now the ball comes out. Manning lost it. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
They'll start the drive with Elliott, and he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Well, this run defense gets an F so far. They're letting this guy carve them to shreds in the first quarter of play. He's already hit the 100-yard mark.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10. A first down carry by Elliott. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. Third and short yardage. Prescott complete to Jason Witten. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. Dak finding his tight end Witten, and the Cowboys have a first down. On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself. Caught left side by Cobb. The ball comes out, and the Giants have it. It's picked up. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that. Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. He'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. Shotgun now for Manning. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
To throw again on second down. Manning to Shepard, complete over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run with Barkley. And he's got room. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
On second down, here's Barkley. He'll be taken down well behind the line, and I think he might have just given those 4 yards right back. That second down play nets a -4.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Remember, with Rosas, there was some speculation last year in the preseason that he might not hold on to his job with the Giants.
But he certainly answered the challenge, didn't he? 32 of 33 during the regular season. 97% that is, and was named to the NFC Pro Bowl team. And by the way, at 6'3", 234, he can bench press your kicker.
A reminder, coming up later tonight, the Patriots unfurl their 6 banners. They play host to their rival Steelers. And then on Monday night, it's the one weekend of the year where you get 2 games to wrap up the week. Texans and Saints from New Orleans in the early game, then Broncos and Raiders. Vic Fangio's coaching debut, and the Raiders' final season opener in Oakland. That's the late game, 10:30 Eastern. From the 45 on second down, Prescott. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Dak dropping this one off for Zeke. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense. Because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
He's checking. Crash.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. On second and 12, Prescott. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Marr pulled it left. It's no good. Of course, the door for Maher was opened after a little bit of a surprise move. The Cowboys letting go of Dan Bailey last year.
Yeah, Maher took over in the preseason. He's from Nebraska via the Canadian Football League where he kicked for 4 years. And I saw him personally make 2 game-winning field goals last season against Detroit and in Atlanta. Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. And this is Shepard on the catch. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Russell Shepard, 62 yards. And the Giants strike quickly here for 6 points. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken near the 13. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
Let's go.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first. Final play of the half, Prescott. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Elliott running right. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now a give here to Pollard. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard with his 1st career touchdown in his 1st career game. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Working from the gun, Manning. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Manning. It's caught. Shepard. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying?
And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Manning. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game.
Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
That's a lot of points.
70.
Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Back now in Arlington. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4. From the gun on 3rd down, Manning. And Ingram hauls it in. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Throwing now is Manning. Caught right side, Tate. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the 1st down due to the previous penalty.
Some think the teams really won't throw the slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get...
And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Picked up by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys! Ezekiel Elliott with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and, oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic. A lot of fun to watch.
Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. Manning now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now Manning. Over the middle, complete to Tate. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Manning now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on first down. And now he'll tuck it and run. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
To throw again on second down. Manning, the quick slant caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Manning going to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers.
And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead. They were able to stop him at the line on first down, but this time he punches his way through.
And sometimes just because you're stopped on the first run, it doesn't mean the play call was bad or incorrect. You might just need better execution and just a tad more determination. And they got it done on the second try.
And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 42. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On second down, Elliott. Past the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, 49 yards. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw. Hey, Echo.
Manning now on first down. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need.
Give them 32 on the play.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we have to do.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Off the edge, it's Tyrone Crawford with a sack. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Russell Shepard, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
90 Wolf.
Watch the curve. Watch the curve.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Operating from the gun. Manning, now a desperation throw, deep depth, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off Byron Jones.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
On first down, it's Elliott. And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
It's brought in left side by Tate. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Manning, he's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. The intended target was Corey Coleman. And now it's 2nd down.
Go now. 30 base.
55. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Hey, 2.
Throwing again. Manning. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ballgame. 3rd and long for the Giants, and Eli following the sack. From the gun, Manning. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Manning to throw for it on 4th. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.